Grumpy Vegan Grandad here. Earlier on this afternoon I posted a video that I did last night about Channel 5's Secrets of the Supermarket Food. It was on TV on Thursday, I think, and I posted it onto my channel, and then it got blocked because it got breached copyright. And I think it is because I have shown too much of the TV show. 45 minutes of it. So basically what I've done is I've split it into two halves. One was about the farm, which you're going to see in a minute. And then tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to post the reaction to the vegan milks, the nut milks, the oat milks, and you'll see why I want to do that, because they basically tried rubbishing it. So I will post this, see if it gets through the YouTube police, and if it does, I will post the other one either tomorrow or Monday. So let's have a go, see what happens. Market, and it was about dairy, and it got me so annoyed I turned it off. It fucking bugged me, but I've decided to do a reaction to it because the bullshit that was sprouted on this show, it was so obviously pro dairy, it was so obvious. And I'm going to try and show you now exactly what I mean. Let's get this rolling. I might have to fast forward it a couple
Always
of times.
the best for our pockets and the best for our health.
I'm Sian Williams, and I'll be investigating how our food is grown and made, and revealing the tricks of the trade that the supermarkets use to get us to part with our hard-earned cash.
Yes. So they're going on about yogurts now, and they went on about yogurts there, much sugar is in yogurts, and it's a couple of teaspoons of sugar. But as we all know, they informed of us that sugar isn't the problem in society. It's the increase in children being overweight is not due to sugar. When I was a kid, right, sweets, you could buy sweets for half a pence. We had half-pence coins. And there's no increase in expense or cheapness of sweets. They haven't suddenly gone down in price. They've pretty much kept the same. In fact, some sweets have gone smaller. Some chocolate bars have gone smaller. The thing that changed from when I was a kid, I knew one fat kid in my school. The rest of us were like rakes. Yeah? The one thing that's changed over the years from when I was a kid in the 70s was fast food, the cheapness of meat, the availability of meat, the pound bakeries, the Greggs, all these places selling cheap meats where you can just go and buy them off the street. We used to go to the Chippy on a Friday as a treat. There used to be queues outside the Chippies on a Friday because those were the only fast food joints in the 70s. Then the Indian takeaways started coming, but they were mainly sit-down places. So this sugar thing, I don't buy it. Yeah, I mean, all right, you abuse sugar, you're going to get some fat, but it's fat that makes you fat. But let's get to where I want to really get stuck in.
I've come to South Wales
Oh,
to meet
look who
dairy
it
farmer
is.
Abby Reed.
It's Abby Reader, the serial TV dairy farmer, harmer. The one I went to see in Veganville. The one that they cut half my comments from. But she doesn't get away with it on this. Let's carry on.
These cows in here are all in a big barn. It seems unnatural. Shouldn't they be outside just chewing the grass throughout the year?
They're very picky eaters. In the springtime when the grass is fresh and lush, they like to go out and graze. But as the summer goes on, cows will actually prefer this more and more.
Okay. Lie number one. Okay? Lie number one. That food is for one reason. So they produce more milk. So they produce better quality milk. They can't be arsed waiting for them to chew through the grass outside. This is special feed for milk production. It's not some fucking treat.
And what's this made of?
Okay, so this would be grass silage. So we have harvested this.
Right. Line number two. Okay? She hasn't harvested that because she doesn't grow anything on the land, right? She hasn't harvested this. I visited this farm. She imports it. That is brought in. Okay? She pays for that stuff with the subsidies.
That rainy day, they don't really want to be out anyway, but also because the sunlight isn't there, the grass isn't so sweet.
I thought that you were forcing them to do things, but it's actually them saying that.
No, she is forcing them to do things. She is forcing them to do things. Look, they've got their heads through bars. They can't walk out. Why don't you leave the gate open? Why don't you leave the gate open? And then they can decide if they want to come in and eat that shit or go outside and eat the grass. No, the gate is locked. They haven't got a choice. Oh dear.
Is it cruel to keep a cow constantly pregnant, giving birth every single year?
They would be doing it if they were in the wild.
Right, no they fucking wouldn't, Abby. No, they wouldn't be doing it in the wild. You'd have a bull, you'd have a set of cows, and one or two would get pregnant, right? You wouldn't guarantee every single cow getting pregnant every single year. You wouldn't. It doesn't happen.
Gone are the days of leaving the cows in a field with the bull.
They don't
Today,
have to. They're
many
forced.
dairy cows are impregnated using artificial insemination. Bovine reproduction specialist Ben Hill has agreed to show me how it works.
Bovine reproduction specialist. He's a fucking cow fister. He's a fucking cow fister. He's not a reproduction specialist. He shoves his fucking fist up a cow's ass, then shoves a fucking syringe up a fucking... I'm not saying it. I'm really grumpy today.
Rectum,
Yeah.
feed the rod through a vagina.
Blimey. And that's the cow service.
That is the cow service.
No. The cow hasn't just been serviced, right? It's not a fucking car, right? The cow has just been molested. It's been fisted. It's been raped. It's been sexually violated. Serviced. Some new tyres and fucking a dipstick. It's not been fucking serviced. You fucking freaks.
What happens to all the boys? Look at these guys. You only milk the girls. What happens to the males?
We'll rear them here on the farm until we can find space on another farm that we work with, and they'll go on there and then enter the beef food chain.
Right, so do you see how she's very careful how she explains things? So we find another farm, we put them in a lovely field, and they run around their little lives, yeah, and then they enter the food chain. Instead of saying, we find somewhere to stash them so we can fatten them up a little bit, and when they're about 6 or 7 months old, we fucking stab them in the throat. She found a very nice way to say it.
Difference.
What happens to all the young calves that don't make it into the food chain?
If you're a farmer with increasing numbers of calves on your farm, you don't have the facilities or the staff or the money to be able to keep them properly, then sometimes it...
Oh yeah, better just shoot them. Just shoot them. Just shoot the fuckers. For being born male. How twisted is this shit?
the whole herd is heading into the yard.
Love the pace that they walk at. There's no rush.
Right, yeah. The reason they walk in slow, mate, right, is because they've been genetically modified to produce way more milk than they should. The rudders are absolutely brimming with milk. They're dangling between the legs. It's fucking painful. They can't walk any faster, you fucking big-eared
Does a cow
like the
want to
fucking
be milked?
Matrix.
At least a hormone called oxytocin, which makes them relax. They will not do this if they're not relaxed, so they will...
No, they come in because they want to get rid of the weight of the milk. They need to get relief. They come in for relief. Fucking oxytocin, all this bullshit. They're in a routine. They've had the children taken off them year after year. They've given up on life. They just plod on. They just, come on, milk me, get this shit out of me, let me out of here. Fucking, she paints a picture. She's like a fucking Nazi.
But she uses this time wisely to check on her cow's well-being.
The computer will run through all sorts of things. So it will say, this cow is giving a lot of milk, therefore we will give it a lot of food. So they're receiving food in the parlour. It's our opportunity to treat the cow as an individual and to give them...
Treat the cow as an individual. They're on a machine. They've got tags around their ankles, like those antisocial behaviour tags or what. They've got those on their ankles that give readouts to tell how much food to give them to keep the milk optimal. She doesn't give a fuck about welfare. She doesn't give a fuck about individuality. All she cares about is how much milk is coming out of those fucking animals, because her profits depend. She just said she does a long day, and they've just said that milk is fucking cheap. She's got very tight margins. She's got to get maximum amount of milk. She doesn't fuck about the cows.
To keep the cow free from infection and the milk from getting contaminated, Abby has to make sure that the udders are clean
Just push a little bit of bubble bath onto the ends of the cow's teats.
before attaching the milking machine.
Did you hear that? A bit of bubble bath. Do you see what she's doing? Do you see how she's painting this picture? Oh, we just put a little bit of nice, luxurious bubble bath on the teats and...
We received on this farm £30,000 of subsidy. There are 3 people on this farm who will share that.
£30,000.
That is our wages.
£30,000 of our money. Why the fuck am I paying my taxes to give to her? £30,000, what for?
Anything else?
So that's
There's
what
nothing
you take
to
home.
spare.
You don't
Nothing
earn a
to
profit
spare.
from this.
No.
That's shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. But what they didn't tell you, that she told me on Veganville, was she goes to America every year for her holidays for a few weeks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could afford to go to fucking America.
Cow's milk is an excellent source of protein and calcium, essential for maintaining healthy bones.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. If you drink milk to keep your bones strong, there's good logic in it. Milk and dairy products are concentrated calcium sources. And we know calcium fortifies bones and prevents osteoporosis. However, a recent study suggests that while some milk may be good, more is not better. In fact, too much milk may be bad for your health. The study, conducted with over 60,000 women aged between 39 and 74 and 45,000 men aged between 45 and 79, found that too much milk, 3 or more glasses a day, was not only associated with mortality, but also an increased risk of fracture and hip fracture. Researchers found this surprising association after following the men and women in this study for 22 and 13 years respectively. Over this time, study participants completed questionnaires about the milk drinking habits. A significant increase in mortality. So, yeah, while milk contains 300 milligrams per cup, there are many other good dietary sources, including cheese, yogurts. But for us vegans, greens, collards, kale, soybeans, figs, broccoli, oranges, and many fortified foods. So there's plenty of other ways. Let's have a look at this. What does this say? Get calcium from greens, beans or fortified foods. The most healthful calcium sources are green leafy vegetables and legumes, or greens and beans for short. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, collards, kale, mustard greens, Swiss chard and other greens are loaded with highly absorbable calcium and a host of other healthful nutrients. The exception is spinach, which contains large amounts of calcium but tends to hold on to it very tenaciously so that you will absorb less of it. See what I mean? The bullshit. So that is the farmer part, the farmer part with good old Abby, the spokeswoman of the dairy industry. So hopefully if this stays up and it doesn't get a copyright strike, I will post the other video either tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. Thanks for watching. Go vegan.